Welcome back, and oh, I'm sorry to say this, but the professor is dead. And so, and so,
You could say that he went to the Golden Gate.
I guess you can.
Yes.
I guess you can say. I guess you can say his dickishness finally caught up to him.
and so
Yeah,
it is
see-
with a heavy heart that I, Phoenix Wright, must now take over the place's main hero of both franchises.
Yeah, you
Well,
see
Pedro.
what happened. You see what happened was Oddjob paid a visit and painted Layton in solid gold all over.
Yes, sure.
I mean, you could say he was a dick, and sure he was, but by the end, he had a heart of gold.
Oh my god, come to think of it.
Very funny.
Given Dick Layton
It was, actually, thank you.
now as a golden statue, Dick Layton stands tall, proud, and erect.
He's an amiibo now.
Oh god.
A man from afar falls to a golden curse, and a woman from afar cries out in grief.
I got a minute. It's Layton
Oh.
Layton be talking.
Right, I forgot that this game, for some reason, still uses the previously on, even though technically we're past this point and Layton is dead at this point, so
That's why Layton isn't talking, because Layton's dead.
again, as for as
Maybe
much
he's
as...
maybe he's thinking this.
Okay, well, no, that's the thing, Pedro. This is the previously on segment that's supposed to be played in an earlier part of a chapter prior here. But here we are, the Golden Court. I'm just gonna say this: best case in the game.
Yeah.
In fact, for some fans, it's a contender for one of the best cases. Period. Go on, Shiroi.
It doesn't make sense. How could this come there? How has it come to this?
Also, Shiroi, if he's gold on the outside, he's probably not gold on the inside. Yeah, that's usually how it works. You're either inside or you're gold inside or gold outside. It's usually not both ways.
The darned witch! Why did it have to happen to the professor of all people?
Because he was demanding too much money.
Yeah.
So they
So-
made him.
So he became something to make money with.
So what happened was Takumi and Hino hired the witches
Oh my god!
as hitmen to take Layton down.
Hang on, I want to read this. You gotta believe me, Nick. I may be a spirit medium, but I'm not a witch.
Oh my god!
What did she say? What did she say over there?
See, the game finally remembered that Maya's a spirit medium, even though we were literally making it a plot point of dancing around
we
that.
mentioned the Magatama in the previous part, so again, they do know, they just don't know what to do with it.
Again, I will tackle this more in my final thoughts, but it's weirdly inconsistent with how the game starts out by saying, oh, we can't actually explain why she's dressed like this, only for us to then go into casual bouts of how she's a spirit medium.
I guess Takumi. I guess Takumi wanted to focus strictly on the witch aspect of the trials and not use.
Okay,
this. I don't know, I'm spitballing here.
Saving this towards the ending, but it really, I feel it all ties into the developmental issues and how certain things had to get changed.
There's that too, yeah.
Anyway, about Luke. He was crying all night. I don't know what to say to him. Yeah, that's the thing. One of the things that's great about this case is that it puts everyone into a very, very different scenario than usual.
Yeah.
For Phoenix.
One of my favorite aspects is that, without spoiling anything, we're going to see a new side of Luke that we haven't never seen in the main games, actually.
Mm-hmm. He probably needs some time alone with his grief. We should leave him be. But yeah, from
Luke's the witch! Luke's the witch! He did it!
But he's a boy!
wasn't
He
in the
can't be a
house.
witch!
Layton, you're supposed to be dead.
What are you doing here?
I was about to ask that too.
Oh my
They
god.
let me out for 5 minutes a day. Oh, it's a speller.
I want to know what she was called, game.
What are you doing here, Espella? have you been cleared of the accusations?
No, I was part of this too.
And another thing that adds to the greatness of this case, that like Joe was saying, that the speller for once is not the defendant.
Yep.
No, not yet. If only it was that easy. It's just that I'm not technically under arrest, so I got special permission to come here.
Ah, that's
Even
nice.
though I'm accused of being the reason that this town is in shambles.
Well, you're technically not under arrest. You're only just, Oh, here we go.
Well,
I'm free to go wherever I like within this building.
Well, okay, I can understand what she means. Technically, yeah, she's under suspicion of being it, but they haven't actually proved it yet, so technically they can't arrest her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
To be fair,
I
while
see.
that's my meta commentary for the day.
to be fair, even though the justice system in Labyrinthia is backwards because Middle Ages and shit, it's not that backwards.
I heard about Mr. Layton. It's awful. He was such a good man.
He kept yelling. He kept yelling at the stagehands for his coffee.
He was such a good man to the point, and he was, even though he was constantly bad mouthing me and you know being mean to me all the time with mean remarks about how useless I am.
I'm sorry, Isabella.
Well, say Layton, shut up.
Huh? What are you apologizing for?
Well, you see, we were supposed to find clues connected to Bazella,
But then,
but we couldn't find anything. And now, the professor's been...
No, don't say that. It's not your fault.
All right.
Sometimes I wonder if it should have been me instead.
And I don't believe a word of what they say about Maya. She isn't a witch.
Oh yeah, like, now that part's obvious. Like, you'd be surprised this happens to Maya pretty often.
It's okay. That's okay, Spella. This is actually something that happens all the time, even outside of this town, so whatever. This is just business as usual.
I'm actually kind of surprised it took us this long to have a case with Maya as the defendant.
Like I
Oh,
said,
it's
Maya-
amazing. I've been accused of doing things that I've never done, but I was never once arrested for assaulting Phoenix around the back of the head with a crowbar.
Yeah,
I
it's
said,
pretty
my-
messed up when you think about it.
Of all the cases where Maya becomes the defendant, the one in the 6th game is my favorite. Mostly because of a certain thing that happens in court that Jovah knows what I'm talking about.
Do you mind if I assist you in court today?
Oh, so first you're my defendant, and then you're my court assistant. This is just like how it was when I
Alright,
met
Ted.
Maya.
Do you have any special skills?
I know I may not be of much use.
That's
But-
not a
You're
skill.
supposed to be dead.
well, how about this? Having her there just cheering Phoenix on, that's still better than nothing.
But I'll do what I can. I want to help you and Maya.
Alright then. Guess it's
Can
better
you,
than nothing.
You two are my favorite anyway.
Can you
Aw.
use that? Can you use that cloak of yours to blind Barnum?
What good
I
will
don't
that
think-
do?
Yeah, I don't think that would.
He won't be able to see people and therefore can't ask them anything.
That's not how that works.
Excuse
Is
me.
now.
You're... Grail, butler of the late Master Belduke. I have come to inquire after Miss Maya.
She's on trial.
Well, maybe he wants to show his concern for her, Wiz.
There's your inquiry done. Now get out.
It is most regrettable what happened yesterday.
Oh, thank you for coming all the way here.
Also, I see what you did there, game. Grey Earl Grey.
Yeah. You look really pale, Jean. You were right.
Oh, please don't worry about me. It's merely that, well, since the incident, sleep has eluded me. I smile to hide the pain.
That's okay. Plenty of Japanese characters do.
Especially Maya.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're British.
And
but-
Silvano in
Sure.
Dragon Quest XI.
I spent the night searching through Master's notes on alchemy. I hoped there may be some mention of a method by which something turned to gold may be reverted back to its original form. Aw, he was actually trying to help bring Layton back.
Oh, nice.
You were looking for a way to rescue the professor? Even though his arm kind of got broken off?
Yeah, that's why I stopped doing the spells.
Human fate is often cruel, but that's also why we must never lose hope.
Or an arm.
Jean,
Defender!
Defender! Accused! The trial is about to start. Proceed to the chamber.
Yes, we're coming.
I don't want to know whether you're coming or not. Just go.
Not like that. Cheer up, Maya. I'm not just going to let them sentence you.
Again.
I mean, how many times have you gone through this by this point, Maya? I mean,
I just wish all of this would stop already. Whenever someone's a witch or not.
To be
I don't know,
fair,
Maya,
you are kind of
Takumi-
accused of killing someone, so it's not really just the witching.
It deserves to be.
not to mention Maya, it's clear that Takumi has some kind of obsession with putting you on the defense stand.
Well, apparently Yamazaki inherited that
Yes, Phoenix.
obsession.
You can't. Yes, Phoenix. You can't stand for burning, but you can stand for the death penalty. Oh.
We already went through these.
Yeah, we're not going to get into this now.
It's like you said, Pedro. At this point, it's tradition.
Oh no, it definitely is, but you have to wonder where did this tradition come from exactly from Takumi. That's what
Well, let's not forget, Takumi as a kid actually did go through what Phoenix as a kid went through, being put on class trial and all that. Something's bothering me.
See, Sheila, just like Hino, Takumi also is basically putting his trauma on for us to see over and over.
The difference is that Takumi deals with his trauma with triumphant moments, whereas Hino deals with his trauma by killing cats.
that is true.
Let's go, Mr. Wright. The trial's about to begin.
Alright, time for another trial, and it figures the best court case in the game is the one case where a spell isn't the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
And the one where Layton isn't.
Yeah,
isn't
we're
involved.
Layton's
Backseat to
dead.
gaming.
Home sweet home, Maya.
The trial of
Oh,
Maya
yeah.
Fey shall now begin.
This sounds
As
familiar.
Yeah.
I said,
In
Knights
fact,
of the
this is
court,
one thing that I also say
are
about
you
this
ready
as
to
well.
cross
I actually
your
prefer
swords of
this judge
justice?
voice over the one we had in Dual Destinies, honestly.
Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum always has his sword ready for the work of justice.
Oh, so he's on time this time.
Shing.
Defense ready, Your Honor.
He knows he actually has to try with this one.
Uh-huh.
It would
Okay.
appear the defender has
line.
thrown down the gauntlet, Sir Barnum.
Oh, snap!
Orly, that
Now,
delivery
before
was
we
kind of
begin,
awkward.
May I have a word with you, defender?
Again, it's the thing with Trevor White.
Yes,
sir.
Half the time, he's fine. Other times,
Last
narm.
time we
oh
met,
yeah, on the
you
subject
stood
of
in
Trevor
this
White,
court
actually,
as an apprentice baker.
he's married to
In all
another
honesty, when I
actress
saw you
who's
for the
most
first
famous
time,
to
I
me,
thought
at
to
least,
myself, a
for
baker
playing a
is
character at the
bread
beginning
baking.
of the Sontaran two-parter and the Revive
Is that so?
series, where her car gets driven into the Thames.
So yeah,
Also,
it seems that
but-
Phoenix
but
is
at
right.
least the judge is actually judgmental.
I'm obliged
Nah.
to
Everybody,
recognize you.
I'm going to remind everybody, Jovah
As a
White
knight
played
of law and
Tintin in the
justice,
Secret of the
on
Unicorn game, and he was
par
fine
with
there. And
Inquisitor.
again, he played...
Pedro, that
Alright.
was Adam Howden. You know,
Oh, wait, was it Alan? Oh, never mind,
Yeah.
you're right. Never mind.
Anyway-
for some reason I was sorry.
Now may
One
your
thing we
joy
do see
begin.
now is that
Fight
Phoenix's
bravely
reputation
and
is
expose
starting
the
to go
truth
up with at
behind
least
this
the
heinous
judge,
crime.
which is definitely a good thing in our favor.
Right, we're all counting on you, Inquisitor Barnum.
Unfortunately,
I
as
knew
for the
she was a
mass
witch as
crowd,
soon as I laid my
well,
eyes on her. She's got witch written
I'm
all over
more.
her.
Well, okay, I will need to ask this
Why
question
not
later
bake
because
on
of,
trial? Bake
something
the
more
baker,
important.
I say.
Barnum, Barnum.
well,
Yeah.
They treat him like some
Well,
sort of
regardless.
celebrity.
Well, okay, regardless, remember, we saw him as Leander in Inoue 2, he was great there, so it's not like he can't act. I really have to wonder what happened with this.
Maya clearly isn't a witch, so surely your victory is certain.
well, that's probably the
Even with
most
the same
comforting
poses.
thing I've heard.
Isabella.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, some people even nickname her Blonde Maya for this segment when you think about it.
Well, Jovah, like you
given you
yourself
leave
said,
to counter
she
this
starts
trial
off as
today.
a defendant, then she
that does
becomes
not
your
mean
partner for this case.
That the
like you
charges
said, it's
against
like
you
the
have been
first
dropped.
game.
And rather than worry about others,
so,
you
yeah.
should consider your own situation.
Thank
You're
you
a
for
killjoy,
granting me
aren't you?
permission, Inquisitor.
Pretty much.
Inquisitor Killjoy, everybody.
Alright, let's get started.
Planet parties.
Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin your opening statement. Why have I lost my voice?
It's
Yeah,
a thing, Your Honor. These things happen.
As you wish, my lord.
Hey, Jovah, like George says, don't with me.
As usual, let us commence this trial by first recounting the events. If it pleases you, Sir Blue Knight.
Yes, it would please me very
Yeah,
much.
that's okay. No, okay, I'll wait another moment to say that this is still too important.
I still can't get used to this terminology.
Phoenix, you have been called worse.
Nobody expects the Library of
This
Inquisition.
heinous
Phoenix.
crime occurred in the residence of the late Newton Belduke, the alchemist. Here is the sketched plan of his residence. Also, again with the RuneScape music.
Mhm.
This room, of a somewhat questionable nature, is the alchemy study in which the incident took place. Also, judgmental much too, Barnum?
Yeah.
Alchemy is
Damn.
questionable.
God damn.
Well, I guess Barnum saw that circle and thought, oh, so he's performing satanic rituals in here.
No.
Yeah,
Present
exactly.
at the moment of the crime were the accused and the victim. No one else.
It sounds more like he's critiquing how Grey Earl is keeping the room in order.
The witnesses who arrived at the scene seconds later have indicated where they found the accused and the victim.
Remember, Teo, in the Middle Ages, everybody who practiced any kind of sorcery was seen as evil and shit.
Well, remember though, everyone knew the alchemist was actually about alchemy though, so I honestly...
And much like in True in Text, a lot of them were actually kind of financed by the states they were working for.
Yeah, I think this is just Barnum saying that the butler ain't exactly
No.
keeping the room
The
tidy.
accused took Sir Layton's life with the most cruel of magic. A living man 1 second, a golden statue the next. Such wickedness.
You know, can I just help but find the irony that you all hated this guy, but now you're mourning him?
Well, because it helps his argument, Jovah.
And I remember, Jovah, that's not how victim blaming works.
Magic that turns things into gold? Sure, why not?
Where was that when I was broke, except that hasn't happened yet?
Several townspeople rushed to the room and paid witness to the horror of his magic. The accused has been captured and charged.
Somehow, magically, Shiroi Phoenix manages to stay in the black. Barely by the skin of his teeth.
Rumors have reached me that the victim was a most scintillating man. I'm not
Ah,
quite certain whether it was prior to or after.
very funny game. Layton is still dead as far as we're concerned, though.
Was this Sir Layton not did our previous trial?
About that. I dare correct him
Yeah, it's
about
like-
him being a hat maker
Yeah,
or not?
the judge's voice in Dual Destinies is fine, but it doesn't sound old enough to me. I prefer this one.
No, he wasn't a hat Oh,
Yeah, that's not important. Bizarre as it is, Sir Layton's profession and origin remain unknown. He was a stranger in the city. That is all we know.
A stranger
Joke's
in
on you!
paradise?
We actually do know
I
what he
can't
did.
actually picture Layton
Can you-
swearing.
can you call
Maybe
this
it's conditioned
paradise?
to do that. God damn.
But you're forgetting we have Dwebs' creation, Dick Layton, for that.
And you, sir, his acquaintance, you are an unusual presence in our city yourself.
In fact, here's how Layton would defend against Barnham. Like, I don't give a shit what you're saying, and then punches him. There you go. See?
Today's case certainly is peculiar.
You're telling me.
And that is not the last of the peculiarities, my lord.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Whom? The alchemy study has been the scene of another strange incident in the past.
Uh-oh.
My solution, burn the thing to the ground while we're at it.
Just-
Maybe not by
yes.
inside.
So what else is new?
I remember it as if it were yesterday. The mysterious death of Newton Belduke himself.
Ooh.
I remember like it was yesterday, since it was yesterday.
Indeed, my lord. Regrettably, the only case of witchcraft still to remain unsolved in our fair city.
Fair?
The witch may have escaped her punishment back then.
Oh no.
This village is very hypocritical, Dwebs.
Yeah.
But perhaps today is the day on which both these mysterious crimes shall be solved.
Maya, if I didn't know better, I'd say you're about to be accused of 2 murders
Retroactively.
now.
God damn, this place really is Twitter. Patience! You will know soon enough, Sir Suddenly Pale Brunei. Okay, I like that one.
He sure commits to it.
How interesting. It seems that the Inquisition have something up their sleeve.
Wait, that's usually my job.
Be silent!
Actually, Phoenix, you have something up your ass when you pull out.
Now, Inquisitor Barnum, no more interruptions from the blue guy there. You may begin.
Thank you, my lord. The Inquisition summons the witnesses to this malicious crime of witchcraft.
How do you know it was witchcraft?
It's always
Always
witchcraft.
is. Yeah, like lupus.
Just like it's always murder.
If only I'd made it to the room sooner.
Okay, Phoenix, it's not the time to become Spider-Man.
No,
Come on,
there's-
let's just move on.
Okay, let's put it this. Well, Dwebs, she must be a witch. She turned me into a newt.
I won't let Maya take the rap for this. I'll find
the
every single crack in their testimony if I have
Yeah, take
to.
the fall.
Yeah, rap
Is that
is...
British slang?
I got better.
No,
Oh,
I
that-
don't think so.
That's a saying we use over here, too.
Welcome to the Witches' Court, Honourable
So who do we
witnesses.
have here today?
Now let us hear your names and occupations.
I am known
Why are you here?
far and wide as a mere punching bag the first, soon to be the new head of Punching Bag's retail organization, Pro.
Actually, look more like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Hang on! Wait a minute, witness!
We just started, Phoenix.
I have to point out what's wrong here. What's that, Blue Squire? You're that guy from the previous trial. Just what the heck's happened to you? You look like you've been on one of those ultimate makeover shows.
What's a show?
What do you watch on TV, Phoenix? That's a very good question.
What Maya forces me to watch. Whatever do you mean? Me name is a mere punching bag the first, soon to be the head of Punching Bag's retail organization, Pro. What is the meaning of this, Inquisitor?
Look at the guy's face. He is already drunk.
I do not care to delve into this witness's personal affairs.
Looks like he remembers him all too well.
Witnesses, pray continue.
Please.
I guess I'll...
I get the feeling Barnum really does not want to go anywhere with this.
Tell me, it is I who usually asks the questions. I am, you see, but a humble teacher. Call me Miss Brimstone. This is most unorthodox. The children of Labyrinthia Primary School had the privilege of learning the truths about this world from me.
Oh, those oh-so-lucky children. An elementary school teacher, huh? Good to know at least one witness seems sensible. Hopefully
Don't
she's...
jinx it. Oh no.
The winds carry my song, it's barely stringing along. Parrot and bard, a summer on varmint on guard.
Who's playing the bagpipes?
Yes.
The parrot?
My faithful muse here is Cracker, the musical parrot. No one understands music like Cracker, aside from me, naturally.
So, Cracker, do you want a Polly?
Why is his face like that?
Because it is. Squawk.
At least it's not another goat.
True.
What a smart bird. He just imitated that teacher perfectly.
You have no idea. This is not the first bird in court I've dealt with, Aspella.
So it's the chatty patty slash Polly a thing that we commented on our infomercial special.
And who's our final witness? Oh, snap.
Oh no.
I'm Luke Triton. My occupation is the Professor's Apprentice.
Eat Angie.
Luke! But why?
I mean, he is a witness.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
What are you doing there?
I'm a witness, Mr. Wright.
I made up my mind. I'm doing this for the Professor. A gentleman has to pursue the truth.
But that's where the Inquisition's witnesses stand.
I'll never forgive that witch!
Oh no.
Oh, he's projecting.
A gentleman shouldn't glare at people as if he wants to hit them in the face.
Luke!
Well, again, you have to look at this thing from Luke's perspective. He still barely knows Maya. I mean, yeah, he spent that night with her, but of course he's much more affectionate to the Professor, and this, of course, clouds his judgment.
I mean, let us also keep in mind the fact that I think
He's
even
8.
okay, forgetting that, I think even if it was someone he really knew, if as far as he knew they killed Professor Layton, I think even his most trusted allies he would turn on for this.
Witness testimony. What we witnessed.
I heard a scream and an incantation, and then when I entered the room, the victim was already all shiny.
Shiny. Anyway, we have something caused discord between our erstwhile friends. Mr. Silkhead had a knife at the ready in his hand.
Victim of magic, sparkly and done for. I heard the staff fall on the floor.
The Professor must have seen through Miss Maya's deception and confronted her right there, face to face.
I see. Thank you all. However, one part of the testimony was somewhat confusing. You there, the quote singer.
Is that what we're calling them now?
A singer?
Yes.
Could you possibly mean me? Badly the Bard, Your Excellence.
Well, no, I said quote singer. Yes, that would be you, singer. This staff that you said sung about...
It is as you suspect, my lord. This very witch's scepter.
Oh, goody. 2 more Chaos Emeralds. Only 3 left to go.
Okay.
His gem here enables the use of a gold transmutation spell, Gold Door.
Goldar? Oh,
Goldar.
Power Rangers?
Goldor. Just the word alone makes the tiny hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
That's the one, all right. That's the dreadful incantation that I, Emir Punching Bag the First, also heard.
Me. I had seen that scepter, so I have.
Oh, crud.
Why did you bring your stick with you, honey?
Right. Clank tips over the golden man. The scepter falls not the witch's plan. Pog.
Oh boy. That is a pog face.
Can we take that guitar from him?
I'm glad to be also the parrot. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I'll do the parrot.
How dare she do that to the professor?
Look. By the way, this witch's scepter was found on the floor near the big tip.
Oh boy.
And since we don't have any fingerprints in this
If you
world,
turn
we
your
can't...
attention to the sketched plans, it was located right here. Even so, we saw in the cutscenes that the witches themselves do have like gloves or anything, so it would be pointless anyway.
That too.
The scepter dropped by the accused would naturally tumble to exactly that spot.
Ah, damn, the trajectories are just right.
Objection!
Objection!
You're right.
Inquisitor Barnum, what you're saying amounts to nothing more than a baseless assumption.
Isn't what we do here anyway? You're on edge today, Sir Blue Knight. Is it because your friend is... Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Pardon me for a second. Based on something that happened in the previous game, why is Phoenix never being kind of impeached from a trial that involved Maya because he had connection with her?
I think part of it is because that he has to defend Maya in an incredibly whacked out court system that is way more brutal than what they usually deal with.
Police crime drama, if like even the attorney has had a connection with the witness themselves, they get distanced precisely for this reason, because otherwise there's too much of a connection, and you know a court can think they're compromising some kind of way, you know.
With Phoenix in this regard, I feel like he is somewhat... Okay, to be fair, in Reunion and Turnabout, he did do his best to handle things as professionally as he could, and that's not even counting into the crazy shenanigans with the whip-happy prosecutor he was facing at the time, but at least it was still a court system he was more familiar with. I get the feeling the reason he's definitely more on edge here is because, again,
I don't mean Phoenix reaction, the system themselves, why are they allowing this?
This system? I doubt that they have conflicts of interest in the witch trial system.
Not just that, like, I get the feeling these people don't really care about that kind of shit. Also, to answer you further, too, from a storytelling perspective, Takumi likes to do that stuff because, you know, that way Phoenix can help his friends out of a jam because it's good character development.
Oh, that I do know, but again, it was just, that's something that I did ponder for a while, actually, even when it came to the classic games.
In terms
of... That's an actual thing that happens in core systems.
Okay, in terms of the classic games, he wasn't as familiar with Maya in the first game. As of the second game, even though he does have some ties to Maya... Okay, to be fair, Maya technically could count as an employee of his, in which case, it's fair game for him to defend her in that regard. Yeah, you know, it's not like, you know, she's like a relative of his, in which case conflict of interest would be more in it. When it's an employee and employer, those rules tend to get blurred a lot more.
Alright,
Anyway,
just to sum up quickly, yeah, neither Phoenix nor Barnum know what the other gem does, and the SPL is gonna look into it.
And to Barnum's credit, we do see a bout where, while he is playing what could be seen as sneaky tricks, he does admit that he is legit still doing his job, and actually did give Phoenix some helpful advice to keep his nerves under calm. Which shows that maybe Barnum is not as bad as we may have thought.
Is that poison you have there?
I don't know what you're talking about. It is only the finest of liquids, drunken by the finest of citizens.
That's even better. Let's just have natural selection take his corpse.
Yeah.
Knowing his luck, Tio, it somehow won't kill him.
I'm here punching by the first, and this is Jackass. Whoa!
I can. Uh-oh.
Hold it! And, what is this all about exactly? What do you mean, Blue Squire? Your gaudy, colorful outfit.
Even as a new icon in the witness stand.
I know, right? I mean, your attire was different last time. A little more modest, shall we say? The Emir you knew back then is no more.
I am me.
I am a new man now, reborn into the higher echelons of society.
Also, it's like in Missing Link. I have changed my mind. I have evolved.
I'm drinking rich people booze now.
What's he drinking? There's a skull and crossbones mark on that bottle. Is this what rich people drink?
The potion turns into lava. Enough idle chatter. The witness heard a scream and an incantation. Is that correct?
Barnum seems to be exactly in a hurry to rush for this guy. That's right. It's just like you said earlier, Inquisitor Barnum.
Gee, I wonder why.
It was a spell, Goldor, and it was without doubt the voice of the accused that said it.
You weren't even there. What the?
Actually, I was there.
Appeared in the cutscene. Just spawned. Pop.
It's rather peculiar. When I did all that, they seem to be on friendly terms.
Uh-huh.
The next witness will dispel your doubts, my lord.
Oh?
Well, I hope so.
Huh. Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Ottenmeyer first.
Hold it! Hold it! She does look like a thinner version of her. Are you saying you think they quarreled?
The other day I saw you all together in this very court, and you were evidently there.
Well, yeah, that's true, but what's that got to do with...
Now, everyone, listen carefully. No chatting in the back row. Stop chatting in the back row. When I say now, we'll be in the next exam.
This is...
You're not in the classroom.
Miss Brimstone's lesson number 5. Friendship leads to nothing but trouble. Fuck friendship.
You hear that, Shiri? It's not magic.
People would not break up and part their ways in anger if they'd not become... Okay, fuck you. I'm not going to entertain this terrible, stupid, sociopathic logic.
The kids in her class must grow up to be model citizens.
You actually teach them also the cool stuff while you're at it.
Oh, dearie me. When I saw in that room curl the blood in my veins, wow, you managed to make me hate this character so quickly. I told you. Mr. Silkhead was pointing that glittering knife ever so threateningly.
Luke,
Hang on! Is, everything okay, Luke?
Also,
No, of course it's not okay. The professor was a true gentleman. And no gentleman would go around threatening people with knives!
Jesus Christ.
Wow, you've got a pretty good desk slam there, son. Couldn't agree more.
Want to be a lawyer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Silly boy, I saw your professor pointing a knife. Are you insinuating that I am a liar, you cheeky little whippersnapper?
Yes. Also, Tio, it seems to be all of Phoenix's friends who are being accused of being witches, so friendship is magic.
She's got you there.
You'll not see the end of that.
The professor would never do that!
Well, at least Luke's found someone else to antagonize. Thank goodness for small favors.
Get it because Luke is short.
Mario poisoned my water supply!
Mr. Wright.
What is it? While this insanity is going on.
I think there was some important information in Miss Primstone's testimony.
Uh-huh.
despite how disturbing it was.
Yes. Let's try and gloss over the disturbing parts and get to what was important. Because, yeah, I'm kind of reeling in shock from it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not my place to say things like that.
No, trust me. Anything that can help me with this case. I didn't notice anything. What could that be, player? What was the spell?
What do you, the people at home, think?
Her overall look, and especially the way she's dressed, I can totally tell that the Capcom artists took inspiration from nice girl characters from the World Masterpiece Theater.
And Maya. Because, again... Oh, go on.
She looks like the same animations.
Well, I'm talking about specifically the way she looks.
Is that okay? It's just something I'd like to ask Miss Primstone about.
She'd probably be good friends with Anne then, wouldn't she?
More importantly, Anne, again, the Masterpiece Theater did not touch that, but, you know, the type of archetype of a character is kind of that.
Excuse me, Miss Primstone? Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yes.
I'll raise my hand if need be.
Oh, it's you, Miss Bella Cantabella.
The daughter of God, so tread carefully.
Yes.
Literally the Christ figure in your fucking village.
Miss Primstone, did you actually see the knife that Mr. Layton was holding?
It's fitting, Tio, because just like Jesus, they might end up crucifying her and burning her.
Or our sins, of course.
Did. As a matter of fact, yes. I remember that glinting blade very well. The most frightening sight it was, too.
You ran in the room after he was already dead.
I mean, it's a level 5 game, so it must be incredibly detailed as a weapon.
And you saw that from the door, did you? Now, if we look at the sketch... When the incident took place, Mr. Layton must have been facing this way, correct?
Layton holding a knife.
I mean, sometimes he holds a sword.
Die, bitch!
That must have been the case. Otherwise, the witness would not be able to see it.
Yes, Peter?
It's an hypothetical scenario. Anyway.
I got the sword just doodled a knife in his hand. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. The more information we have, the better, right?
Don't worry, Maya. Sorry. Don't worry, Estelle. I get the feeling I know what you mean.
Or some habit.
The direction the professor was facing. That could be important.
The director yelled cut and I was... Oh, sorry. Sorry, Layton's not.
Wrong kind of direction.
This information shall be added to the court record. Layton, how are you talking? You're supposed to be frozen.
I'm sorry I jumped in like that, but I really wanted to help.
It's okay, Espella, jeez.
Believe it or not, Espella, you actually did come in handy there. There is no need to apologize.
Is Cantabella Italian for I'm sorry?
I'm gonna pretend I haven't heard that.
Not at all, Espella. We were able to get some info, which may just come in handy.
Why didn't you even jump to that language of all of them? Like...
Cantabella sounds Italian.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
It sounds the same way pepperoni is.
I can't, Dwibs, I can't defend your fingers forever, you know.
Now then, the next witness shall do his testimony.
Time for the Pog Fest.
He does have a pog face.
I love the fact that I originally recorded this back in 2015, well before a lot of stuff we now have in our arsenal of internet memes did not even exist.
Musically impaired friends.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Simply put, when I entered the room, the victim was worth his weight in gold for obvious reasons.
Luke's standing right next to you.
A man is dead.
He tipped over and fell heavily onto the floor. The room became really silent.
And his arm snapped off.
And then I heard that scepter tumbling across the floor.
Huh? Hold on. Someone say something. Hang on! May I ask you something, Miss Primstone?
Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. Oh, fuck off.
That's her catchphrase.
The music's still playing, so...
My dear, do not frighten me so. I feel like a schoolgirl caught napping during class.
Miss Primstone, did you see the witch's scepter at the crime scene?
No.
Well, about that, I must confess, I do not clearly recall.
Alright, now we're getting somewhere. You don't remember? Interesting.
When I went into the room, the golden man fell down and made quite the ruckus.
That sounds like Layton.
That is why I did not notice a scepter being dropped.
So you didn't see it after all?
I am certain that witch girl had it. She must have been hiding it behind her back.
Uh-huh.
Objection!
Objection! Huh. Please don't assume Maya is a witch just because she's been accused. Miss Primstone is certainly quick to make assumptions.
Which is a terrible trait for a teacher, by the way.
I think that's the
I see.
point in criticizing character type, I guess.
The next witness's testimony.
This next witness is a bit problematic. Hold on.
Hold it!
What, him? Yeah.
Yeah, remember? Gotta go through the bit with the testimony here. Again, I lament the lack of a skip button. Yeah, remember? Huh. Couldn't he have just said it like that the first time around?
Phoenix, you have seen worse in court. Clearly, the witch must have dropped the scepter then.
You know, the fact that I've seen worse in court kind of says more about the court than this. Huh. That's merely your assumption. Now, Mr. Birdley. Did you actually see Maya drop a scepter? Or did you just hear something tumbling on the floor?
I must confess, my eyes were rather more drawn towards the brilliantly glistening golden statue.
Hopeless.
I did not witness the witch dropping the scepter, no, but I did hear it, and my sense of hearing is peerless. Barnum is not amused.
I see. Now, we would like to hear the next witness's testimony.
Yeah, I guess there's no avoiding it this time.
Please be nice, Luke. Please.
As nice as he can be with that persona.
Alright.
I know you're grieving,
Objection!
but please.
Huh! Luke, you said that you will only believe what you see with your own eyes.
Well, you need to get your eyes checked.
But what you think you saw may not be the whole truth.
Huh? What do you mean?
Context.
Take a close look at the sketch of the crime scene. Burn it into your minds. At the time of the incident, Professor Layton and Maya were standing here. Now, we have learned from Mrs. Primstone's testimony which way the professor was facing.
With a knife.
Weird as that is. He was facing this way.
That just looks so funny.
We would have to conclude that the professor...
Pointing direction that you have to go that way.
Oh!
We would have to conclude that the professor is an idiot if he was trying to stab Maya that way. You have testified that the professor confronted Maya face to face.
Even that he was trying to reenact that scene in The Exorcist 3.
But looking at the sketch, where they were standing, one thing is clear. There is a contradiction in your testimony.
Oh my god, so this is what it feels like! What?
Also,
Gentlemen, don't point at people.
Objection! whether they were facing each other or not is of no relevance whatsoever.
I mean, I would think the guy who's trying to defend himself would want to be facing his
They
opponent
were
head-on.
the only ones in that room. One was a witch victim, plus the other must be the witch.
Yeah, about that. Objection! Huh! I will ask you to wait before jumping to conclusions, Inquisitor. Think back to Miss Primstone's testimony. She told us that the professor was pointing a knife at someone threateningly. Yep. However, you can see in the sketch that he wasn't threatening Maya. So then,
Threatening the crop circle.
who was he pointing the knife at?
The wall.
Hold it!
Luke, what is it? Also, you do not use those red text speech balloons irresponsibly, young man.
The professor would never point a knife at anyone. I was the one who opened the door to that room, so I was the first witness, and I saw no knife. Miss Primstone's testimony is not reliable.
Yes, yes, turn on each other.
Oh dear me, look at this child sputtering nonsense and talking badly of his elders. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to say Miss Primstone's not a popular witness.
Yes, my lord.
Barnum, it should pose no difficulty to verify whether or not the victim had a knife.
All it takes is one question.
After all, that sparkling golden body of his has been found at the scene of the crime, has it not?
I don't like the way the judge is phrasing every time Layton statue.
He wants to keep it in his house.
Indeed it has, my lord.
Well, it is a
That's
pretty
great-
good statue.
That's a great deal at the flea market.
Court attendance. You heard the judge. Bring the victim into the courtroom.
Oh god.
Let's
Oh, my-
parade the corpse while we're at it.
Seems like they're going to bring the golden statue.
Luke, you might wanna
Professor,
turn away, maybe.
Seriously, I get what they were trying to do, but again, they were technically by the purpose of the game parading a corpse.
Yep.
Clear way to respect the dead, you fuckers!
Professor, we're filming. Be quiet.
Look at that.
Did it get damaged in transit?
No, it fell over in the room.
Professor!
Jesus Christ.
Professor!
This poor child.
Enjoy your mental scars, Luke.
So this is the power of the gold transmutation spell. Most spectacular. It looks like work of the finest artisans.
Okay, Judge, this is becoming increasingly creepy. Stop it.
Judge, are you interested in witchcraft?
I think he's interested in the money it might fetch.
I assure you it is the work of no artisans, my lord. By the way, the missing arm has not yet been found.
Did I ask about the arm?
Shut up,
I
Layton.
can't believe this, Professor!
Someone give the poor child a hug.
I know,
Not Miss
right?
Primstone. She's
Yeah,
terrible.
I was about to say not Miss Primstone, though. And not the judge either.
Oh, I love this bit.
I suppose we should add the victim to the evidence.
Oh my
Sure.
god,
Actually-
for the first time,
Actually,
the poor
Yeah.
professor, while searching for evidence, became evidence. Well, this is a first for me. I can literally add the victim to the court record. Aside from
By the
being
way,
a
to you,
profile.
if that one typo is anything to go by, it's not this judge you have to worry about.
Oh,
Alright, so,
boy.
Right, I just hope we don't have to melt Layton to get more evidence.
Get him away from the fire, then! Christ!
Well, we'll see.
yeah,
See you in
join
the
us
next
next-
part for more mental scars for
Yep.
Luke.
Join us next time.
Hooray.
Join us next time when Barnum accidentally knocks Layton into the fire pit with his sword.
Because we didn't have enough
Gotta love this
tragedy.
daily dose of trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.